forget, at halftime, we will be awarding our league champion teams. And then at the end of the game, we'll be announcing our second team and first team all-state players. So stay tuned for that at the end of the game.
Straws going up here.
Good evening, Oregon Cross community. Welcome to our state championship Crusaders and number 2 Grant Generals. I'm Britt Hartmann.
And I'm Sean Hansen.
We are starting off with the draw. First draw control goes to Jesuit.
Draw is going to be key to this game. Gigi Abernathy coming up with that one. Huge start for the Jesuit Crusaders.
Number 11, Quinny Hanley with the drive. Passes it off to number 14, Izzy Tamerlano. Ball behind with Meg Flanagan. Back to Gigi Abernathy.
Grant had a strong defensive showing in the semifinal game.
A drive by number 13, Georgia Daspalos, and it is saved by goalie number 40, Marley Hunter.
Good start for Hunter. Oh,
bit of an overpass there. Jesuit there blocks out. That's number 14, Izzy Tamerlano, bringing the ball inside.
Yeah, second chance opportunities are going to be big in this game. The last 4 times these teams have faced each other, it's been a 1-goal game.
Meg Flanagan with the ball. Passes it to Hazel Mackey. Hazel Mackey looking for the 1v1 drive, able to drive and turn the corner, a shot and a goal in the top left corner. Hazel Mackey with an unassisted goal.
There's a reason Mackey is Metro League first team attack. Did a really nice job coming across, shooting in that top corner. A little bit of deception from her hands, her hands and shoulders, making the goalie think she was going to go low, and then she just, as she dipped, put it back up top.
Able to finish stick side high. Tough, deceptive shooting there. Back at the draw, we have number 7, Gigi Abernathy for Jesuit, and then number 2, Isla Hoffelt for Grant. Big scrum there. Comes up with Jesuit's ball. That's Gigi Abernathy, but a quick check from number 2, Isla Hoffelt. Able to pick up that ground ball and cause turnover.
Abernathy using one of the draw sticks. Sometimes those pockets don't hold as well.
Number 7, Audrey Galata, able to get out of trouble and shift the field. Quick feed inside to number 2, but it is checked. Big back check by Gigi Abernathy. Quinny Hanley with a ground ball pickup.
Good turn there from Grant's ride.
Trail pass there, able to pass it up forward to number 8, Kate Gabrielson. Hard pressure in the ride from Grant. Izzy Tamerlano with the ball, looking to drive lefty. Kate Ratner-Proska with a huge back check, able to come up with the ground ball, and they're off to the races. Number 9, Olive Aguirre, moves it up forward.
Oh, open on the backside.
A little bit of a late pass, and it is intercepted by number 16, Evie Hester.
Yeah, it was a great idea. Zawatsky was wide open, but a little too tight to the goal circle there.
Check across the body called against number 2, Isla Hallfeld. Meg Flanagan looks like she will get another opportunity at goal. Looks like it may have been should have been a held flag there. She'll get an opportunity at that 8-meter possession. Meg Flanagan on the hanging hash. Feed up top to Gigi Abernathy, able to catch Kate Ratner-Proska in shooting space. Top center hash. And that is a goal. Bouncers will go by number 7, Gigi Abernathy.
Yeah, Abernathy's so good. You know, center hash is just going to be a difficult spot for Hunter to stop her there. Metro League Player of the Year. Good at the draw, good on the attacking end. Great back check she had earlier. Abernathy off to a great start, as well as these Jesuit Crusaders.
Back at the draw, we have number 7, Gigi Abernathy, and number 2, Isla Hoffelt. Gigi Abernathy with a self-draw, able to pick up that ground ball. Moves it down low to Meg Flanagan. Flanagan looking to 1v1 drive, stopped and a double team there by Grant. Passes off to Quinny Hanley. Hanley over to Daskalos. Back out to Hazel Mackey. Now with Izzy Termilano. Quick feed inside and a quick stick goal by number 11, Quinny Handley. Assist by number 14, Izzy Termilano.
Great job there from Jesuit as the slide came. Just a little pop over the top to a wide open Handley cutting on the inside. Again, super tough to stop there for Hunter. Jesuit's off to a great start. I wonder if Grant will opt to use a timeout here halfway through the first.
Puts us at 3-0, Jesuit over Grant.
And Jesuits had control of the draws as well, which I'm kind of surprised about. Kate did an awesome job in the semifinal game, tracking and winning, but Abernathy right now getting the best of it.
Back to the draw, we have number 7, Gigi Abernathy, and number 2, Isla Hoffelt.
A little bit of miscommunication, a little friendly fire there for Grant, but that's their first draw control.
Ground ball pickup by number 2, Isla Hoffelt. Grant taking their time here. Ball with number 14, Mila Zadowski. Out to Marina Strike. Moves the ball down low to Anna Sherlock. Back to Mila Zowski.
Nice defense there from Comstock.
Ball back out to Anna Sherlock. Up to Marina Strike. Passes wide to the elbow with Vivian Collins. Then down low with Isla Hoffelt. Opted to take the 1v1 drive. Oh, and steps in the goal circle. That's going to be a goal circle violation on number 2, Isla Hoffelt.
Yeah, Grant not making the most of that possession there. Really an unforced error, but a great job in the ride. Ooh, tough foul there.
Able to get a cause turnover by Isla Hoffelt. Pushed in the back there.
Oh, no one's on her. That's unfortunate from Collins there. Got to respect her for slowing it down, but she did have a wide open lane while Jesuit was setting up their defense.
Mila Zadowski with a quick feed inside to number 12, Vivian Collins. Finishes it stick side high. Great quick stick goal there.
Hester was in the right place. She was just, Collins just put it right on the money in that corner. Really no space for her to go, but Hester had the right idea. She had her stick up. We do have a timeout now from Grant.
Great finish and assist there. Great assist there by Mila Zawowski, and the finish by Collins. Sean, if you are Grant, what are you talking to your team about during this timeout?
Yeah, I think they just need to be a little bit more efficient on the draw circle. That was their first draw, first goal. So obviously that's bodes well for Grant. Meanwhile, Jesuits had 3 draws, 3 goals. So just a little bit, you know, possessions are going to matter in tight games. Obviously, Grant had that miscue on the clear, so second possession. So I know talking with the Grant head coach, McDevitt, you know, she said we really just want to enjoy this moment. So I think just getting them back to that joy, having them settle in a little bit is probably what she's talking to them about. But now they're on the scoreboard, so tight game.
Absolutely. While we have some free time, what brought us to tonight, Sean? What brought these teams to the championship?
Yeah, well, hopefully everyone was on the broadcast with us for the semifinal game. But I think, you know, Grant had a tough time with Lake Oswego. Lake Oswego, you know, has been to the state finals multiple times, and the Grant Generals were able to just really control that game. Did a fantastic job. Were able to get here. Meanwhile, I think Jesuit, they played OES in that semifinals game. You know, OES gave them a little bit of a game, but they were always in control. So no problem really there from Jesuit. So I think it was both teams were ready for tonight. As I mentioned earlier, the last 4 times these teams have played, it's been a 1-goal game.
Were both of those games this year, or one this year, one the year before?
2 in the previous years, 1 game this year, and then the year before.
We will see what both teams bring out after this draw, or after this timeout. Walking up to the draw, looks like for Grant, they're making a change here. It's number 12, Vivian Collins, against number 7, Gigi Abernathy for Jesuit.
Jesuit has a great draw group here, multiple Metro League players of the year. As I mentioned earlier, Abernathy, Handley in there, the midfielder on Metro League, first team. And then Kate Gabrielson on the other side there has done a great job for Jesuit and ended up on the second team for the Metro League. So strong group from Jesuit.
Looks like Jesuit moved early. Grant will come up with that draw control. Ratna Preska passes down to Olivia Aguier. Moves over to Anna Sherlock. Out to Isla Hoffelt. Out to Vivian Collins. Back down low to a quick drive. That is a shot and a save. Shot by Marina Strike.
Yeah, I love the take from Strike there to go inside. Would like to see her use her left hand just to get a little bit better at angle. She kind of tried a little twister up at the top, a little corkscrew. Did not go, but great backup from the Generals.
Ball with Milo Zawowski. Down with Isla Hallfeld. Back to Olivia Aguier. Out wide with Zawowski. Up top to Ratna Preska. Quick feed inside, and it is tipped by Gigi Abernathy and picked up by Kate Gabrielson.
Abernathy having a great game on both ends of the field. Ooh, little maybe miscue there. Abernathy having to come about 35 yards to come pick up that deputy.
Abernathy passes up to Hanley. Hanley with a full head of steam moving down the middle of the field. Passes up to Hazel
Wide
Mackey.
open.
And a quick feed down to Georgia Daskalos. Daskalos able to slip that right past Marley Hunter.
Yeah, Daskalos not who you want to leave open. She had 5 goals against OES in that semifinal game. Looked like Grant in the ride was just sliding up towards ball and ended up leaving the lowest wide open. No way for Hunter to stop that wide open on the doorstep.
Great quick transition there by
Jesuit. and good placement by Daskalos, shooting around the goalkeeper there. If you're the Generals, that's too easy of a goal to give up in such a going to be a no. I know it's going to be a tight contested game.
Number 12, Vivian Collins against number 7, Gigi Abernathy.
Ooh.
Unfortunate miss there by Kate Ratner-Preska. Gigi Abernathy able to come up with that ground ball. Abernathy down to Flanagan.
Wide
Kate
open.
Gabrielson wide open in the middle. Ball out to Daskalos. Missed pass there by Izzy Tirmilano. Looks like potentially both teams went offside, but referees opting to stop it. It's a whistle start on an offside call. Looks like they called it offside against Grant. Correction, against Jesuit. At the high school level, somebody has to take the foul and go behind.
Good passing there from Grant.
Olive Aguier with the ball, moving it up to
Collins,
yep. Pass inside to Anna Sherlock. She opts to not take it. Smart decision there. Zawadzki with the ball. Knocked down, but able to pick it up and recover it. Ball with Isla Hoffeld. Back down to Zawadzki.
Grant doing a pretty good job of moving the ball into different quadrants, kind of forcing Jesuit's defense to move as well. They've tried to get a couple of those inside passes and have been unsuccessful, so I wonder if they'll look to dodge or continue to work it from X.
Ball with Sherlag, out to Zawadzki.
And they are opting to put a little bit of a face guard on Ratna Prosko. Number 2, Stolic up there for Jesuit, just, you know, not letting her have anything easy, not letting her really receive the ball easily.
Ratna Prosko with the ball up top. Looks like we have a 3 seconds call against number 11, Quinny Handley. That ball will step up to the top of the 12 and clear that lane for shooting space. Strike looks to pass and fakes that pass, but drives inside, able to fake high and shoot low.
Yeah, I love that take from Strike. She drove in and then came back out, and when the defense started to split away from her, that's when she re-dodged. Super smart play by her, great finish. You know, Jesuit there just with a little bit of a miscommunication. It looked like they had shut it down, and then as she started to pull out, re-dodge was on. Great take.
Drive and redrive could be deadly. Number 12, Vivian Collins against number 7, Gigi Abernathy with the draw. Looks like we have an illegal draw again against Jesuit. Grant with that draw control. Ball with Anna Sherlag. Over to Olive Aguirre. Out wide to Isla Hoffel. Up top to Mila Zawadzki. Through X with Olive Aguirre. Grant being really patient here, looking for good options through the middle as they move it quickly. Great cut by Olive Aguirre, but it is stopped by Jesuit. Great high pressure defense there by number 23, Claire Comstock.
Yeah, probably a good call there by the officials. Just a little bit too close for comfort at the high school level. Good hash for Collins. She could opt to run in here and then just finish around Hester, the goalie for Jesuit.
Opts to take it lefty. It is checked and hits pipe. Officials call a goal circle violation, I believe, on the defense. Therefore, it'll be Grant's ball at the dot. Looks like that goal circle violation was called against number 7, Gigi Abernathy. Grant bailed out there.
Yeah, only about 50 seconds left. Ooh. Oh.
Officials call a charge against number 12, Vivian Collins. It's going to be Jesuit ball.
Collins was wide open there. Slide came, and officials felt like defense was set.
Quick pass back to Evie Hester. Running a deputy, but we had a goal circle violation on Grant.
There's that slide up again, leaving a higher player.
Hard pressure there from Grant.
Yeah, only about 20 seconds. If Jesuit wants to get another shot on goal here, they got to move quick.
Izzy Termilano with a drive and a feed inside, but it is knocked down by Grant. Grant able to get the ball out, and Kate Ratna-Proska tries to flip it forward to her teammate. 6 seconds left. Jesuit able to come up with it. That is number 9, Taylor Young. Quick pass down to Gabrielson, and they opt to shoot it, but it is saved by Marley Hunter. Chaos at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, both teams going hard. Both teams fighting for those 50-50 ground balls.
All right, we are currently at 4-2. Jesuit over Grant. Could be anyone's game.
If you've lost your phone, if you've lost your phone, stand up and start yelling and screaming. We have it at the stat table for you.
All right, Sean, if you are on the coaching sideline, what are you looking for?
If I'm Jesuit, you know, happy with a 2-goal lead at this point. Nothing wrong with that. I think they've done well in the draw circle. Abernathy's had a couple of early miscues there, and so, you know, that's when Grant has been able to take control of the draw. On the other side, if you're Grant, you're coming back into this thing. You've been patient on the attacking end, so I think you continue that. But I think a lot of these second chance opportunities are where it's going to come down to who's able to control the ride and who's able to get those quick goals. Jesuit with the early one on the transition, I think that's going to play a part. I mean, Grant is typically known for their fast pace, their quick ball movement, but Jesuit can do it as well.
Sean, what is your advice to games that are under this high pressure? What do you tell your teams?
To move the ball, you know. Ball's going to work quicker than feet at any time, and I think both teams do a great job in the ride. So just sticking with our stick work, swinging the ball quickly into the different thirds. If you kind of look on the field, you can kind of see where the football hashes are, and we kind of use that as our 3/3 of the field, so just swinging it from lane to lane. It's once you're in the same lane or kind of stall the ball in a certain area of the field, that's when teams with good ride pressure are going to be able to win the ball back. So passing the ball up is always going to be quicker, but that means good cuts too. You know, if teams are really putting it on, you're going to have to cut efficiently.
Let's see what the teams come out with. Bringing it back to the draw again, we have number 12, Vivian Collins, and number 7, Gigi Abernathy. Looks like Jesuit has opted to make a goalie change. We have number 26, Lainey Knight.
Yeah, I think Jesuit can really go with either one of their goalies. There's Abernathy again.
Great self-draw there by Abernathy. Moves it upfield to Hazel Mackey. Quick pop out by Meg Flanagan. Jesuit taking their time here, but a quick change of speed by Flanagan. Catches Grant off guard a little bit, draws the across the body foul. We had a held flag by the lead official there. Gives Flanagan that first inside hash with a righty drive. Flanagan opts to pass it out to Hazel Mackey. Hazel Mackey looks to pass back to Flanagan, but it gets tipped. Flanagan able to recover that ground ball. Quinny Hanley with the 1v1 drive. We have a held flag for an across the body again. Hanley will get, looks like the top center hash. Correction, second inside hash.
Good hash for her either way. Gives her an opportunity to run in and shoot around Hunter.
Great stick check there by Ratner-Praska. It goes wide, but Jesuit able to retain the possession. Abernathy.
Good long possession for Jesuit as they start this. 2.8 meters already and multiple times getting the ball back.
Hanley with the drive, stopped by Ratner-Praska. Tamerlano with the ball. Little draw and dump there to Quinny Hanley. Moves it back to Abernathy, back to Hanley.
And Grant doing a good job defensively, but the longer you play defense, the harder it is to play.
We had a held flag there for a foul, but it doesn't matter. Quinny Hanley able to finish that 1v1 drive. That is her second goal of the night. That puts Jesuit at 5, Grant at 2.
Yeah, good pull inside there. Again, once you get tighter to the goal circle, it's just easier to shoot around the goalkeeper. Less power, more placement. Good 2-minute possession there for Jesuit, wearing down the Grant defense.
Back at the draw, we have number 12, Vivian Collins, and number 7, Gigi Abernathy. Abernathy with an awesome self-draw there, one-handed snag. Quick foul by Isla Hoffelt. Hazel Mackey with the ball, out to Handley. Up to Izzy Tamerlano. Tamerlano with a lot of space to drive, but a big save by Marley Hunter, off-stick hip. Great pickup by Jesuit there on that ground ball rebound.
Yeah, and Tamerlano just a sophomore, not afraid to go lefty there, even though she's a natural righty, I believe.
Abernathy looking to drive, passes it off to Daskalos.
Good help from the Grant defense, but the longer this possession goes on, the tougher it's going to be for them to continue to play tough defense.
Ball at the elbow with Handley.
And good Dodgers on this Jesuit team, drawing to
Tamerlano with the drive, dumps it off to Daskalos. Quick feed inside to Handley, and a shot and a goal. Assist by number 13, Georgia Daskalos.
And that really was a quick inside feed. If you blinked, you would have missed that one. Just a dump inside and a quick shot off as soon as she got the ball in her stick.
No chance there for Marley Hunter. Right on top of her doorstep there.
Yeah, Jesuit with a pretty good controlling lead right now. Grant's only got 3 of the draws so far, and 2 of them were illegal draws by Abernathy, so they're really going to need to come up with something. Looks like they've opted to move Ratnapreska to the draw circle instead of on the circle.
We'll see if Ratnapreska can compete with Quinny Handley here. Correction, Gigi Abernathy. Quinny Handley with the quick draw. Oh, correction, Gabrielson with a quick draw. Izzy Tamerlano with the ball. Passes it to Daskalos. Out wide to Gabrielson. Through X with Meg Flanagan. Out to Hazel Mackey. Up to Abernathy. Up top to Tamerlano. Across the body foul called against number 8, Marina Strike.
Good effort there from Strike, just a little too close to the sphere for the comfort of the officials.
Puts Tamerlano on the first inside hash.
And a great hash for a righty. She's got some options on the backside, potentially.
Opts to drive. And it goes in. Apologies for the delay there. I was seeing if the official was going to call that a goal or not. Looked like it bounced at the top of the net and then down on the goal line there.
She got right up on top of the goal circle. And another draw and another goal for Jesuit. Entirely controlled possession for the second quarter. What was feeling like a very tight game is starting to get away from Grant a little bit. They're really going to have to come up with something in the circle, I think.
Hard part with the high school game, you only get 2 timeouts at this level. So if I were head coach Helen McDevitt, I probably would not be calling a timeout this early yet. Hopefully her team can solve it on the field. Izzy Tamerlano, Georgia Gigi Abernathy with a draw for Jesuit, and number 14, Mila Zalotsky. They've switched the draw taker for Grant there. Throwing me
Abernathy with another one.
Grant trying to throw all of their draw takers at the center there to see if they can disrupt it. Ball up top to Abernathy. She has a ton of space to drive. Opts to pull back out. Handley with the ball. Moves it to Daskalos. Up to Hazel Mackey. Abernathy looking for options. Back out to Termilano. Out wide to Daskalos. Hazel Mackey with long slides right and left. We have a held flag here. She's able to drive. Looks like the held flag was for across the correction through the sphere.
Yeah, and Grant's just giving up too many 8 meters at this point. Almost every time Jesuit goes to drive, they're getting put on the 8 meter. Again, a great hash. Middle's right where you want to be. You can run in, put it anywhere around Hunter.
Great crash there by Ratnapraska and a cause turnover. Yep. Grant able to come up with that. That is number 16, 18, Lucas.
Really squeezed this side of the field, though.
We have a held cross against Grant. They're able to get it wide with Gigi Abernathy.
Yeah, and if you're a Generals fan, that's just heartbreaking. You finally get your first opportunity and you really squeeze. Oh,
nobody picks up ball for Georgia Daskalos. She's able to fake high, shoot low. Unfortunate miscommunication there by Grant.
Yeah, I think she just drove in and actually shot over the top of her defender there, just bounced right in from high to low. Yeah, no one picked her up as they were getting back into their defensive end. I think Grant's just a little bit at a loss at this point. Haven't had much possession, finally got that one turnover, and they just really squeezed their sideline on that swing of the field. Just too tight of space, really.
That puts us at Jesuit 8, Grant 2. Grant swapping their draw taker again back to Isla Hoffelt. See if they can come up with a ground ball.
Abernathy's just been able to put it wherever she wants at this point. She's drawing to her teammates on the circle or self-draw. Looks like she might be going out to her attacking end right now. See if Grant can get a switch up here. Nope.
Self-draw again, Gigi Abernathy. But a knockdown by Marina Strike. Huge hustle play there. Ratnapraska able to come up with the ground ball with a big trail coming there from Quinny Hanley. Looks like the officials called a trip there. Ratnapraska moves it up to Vivian Collins. Marina Strike with a quick drive, but a check from Kate Gabrielson. We have a held flag here for across the body.
Yeah, and Aggie was wide open, but at the same time, if you're great and haven't had any possession, you need goals, but you also want to get a few touches on the ball just to get yourself back into your attacking rhythm.
First inside hash here for Marina Strike. Check through the sphere, but it doesn't matter. Marina Strike able to finish low.
Yeah, really using her speed on that one to just accelerate and get to the top of the goal circle before her defender could. She kind of cut off the angle a little bit. Was able to just shoot right around Knight.
Lady Knight.
Yeah. But again, you're back at the draw circle. You've really struggled. I think they've only won one cleanly. So we really need to start coming up with something, either boxing out Abernathy, maybe forcing her to put it on the circle a little bit more so you can use some of your athletes like Strike to chase that ball down. But Abernathy, again, it looks like she's going to go open up towards her attacking end. That's where she's kind of angled right now. Talking to her draw group right there. You can see Handley on the side just tightening up a little bit. Well, there's an opportunity.
Get her speed. Unable to come up with it yet, though. Big scrum, and it is picked up by number 11, Quinny Hanley. Hanley driving through.
Interesting, no call there.
Opt to not call anything there. Stopping the clock. I think officials want to have a chat about this one.
Not sure there if someone lost their goggles or something, and that's why they opted to stop it, but away we go.
Flanagan with the ball through X. Out wide to Daskalos. Up top with Tamerlano. Over to Mackey, now to Handley.
And I just think from a Jesuit perspective, you continue to run the clock, continue to make Grant play defense, and you go up 5-6 goals into the quarter, you're looking really well for the second half. On the other end, if you're Grant, you might need to start forcing the issue a little bit. They tend to play really sunk in and really disciplined, but that also means that Jesuit's able to just do what they want.
Ball up top with Daskalos. Dangerous lefty driver there. Out wide to Tamerlano. Quinny Handley near the elbow. Fake pass, but opts to drive, dumps it out to Daskalos.
Strike trying to get the ball back there, going for a check, but Daskalos just using her savvy there to protect her stick.
Hazel Mackey with a drive. Pulls out and sends it to Abernathy.
And Jesuit just really using their good dodgers, which is pretty much their entire team, to try to draw slides, and if not, then create space for themselves and get a wide open shot right now on the backside. Abernathy's gonna go hard, yep.
Able to draw the shooting space foul. That's Kate Ratner-Proska in shooting space there.
And Britt, for our fans who may not be as familiar with the rules, what is shooting space?
Shooting space is where a defender is not within a stick's length of an attacker that is driving. So if you draw lines from the attacker out to the outside of that goal circle there, they can't be in that ice cream cone shape.
Grant with an opportunity here for a fast break if they can get down.
Marina Strike with the ball, moving down the middle.
Drew
Looks for
two.
a quick pass to number 15, Anna Sherlock.
Oh.
Anna Sherlock able to fake and finish right around Lady Knight there.
And I think Grant did that in about 12 seconds. Coast to coast, pass to pass.
Really showing their speed here.
Yeah, and Strike going really hard. She drew actually 2 defenders, and that's what was able to allow Sherlag just wide open. Lady Knight opted to come all the way out of her goal circle. You know, maybe thinking she could put a little pressure, but then Sherlock was just calm and cool, collected as a cucumber, and shot right around her. Yeah, when you're out that far, you got to tip it, win it, something.
Yep. Jam the elbows, something along those lines.
And Grant's not going away quietly here. Last time Abernathy opted to go self towards her side, her attacking end. And then she went back. Oh,
Isla Hoffel able to get the step on Gigi Abernathy. Comes up with that huge draw control there. Quick pass into number 14, Mila Zawadzki.
Oh, and great backup. They're calling it Jesuit. They're signaling Jesuit's ball, but they have Grant.
It misses wide. It looks like Grant may have been chasing, but it's possible that it went out of bounds before Grant got that positioning, so they opted to give it to Jesuit.
So just for those of you at home, another weird one for women's lacrosse and men's lacrosse. If you shoot, it's closest to the ball when the ball got out of bounds. So the officials are basically saying no one was above GLE, the goal line extended, and therefore goalie's ball. Tough break if you're a Grant fan, but they are not giving up. You can watch them here, work the ride. Meanwhile, Jesuit, they might just want to play pass for this last minute here.
Feed up to number 23, Claire Comstock. Moves it up to Meg Flanagan. High pressure from Grant's number 7, Audrey Delade. Pass just before she stepped out of bounds there. Good backup there by Quinny Handley. Able to give that trail pass option for Flanagan.
Just 30 seconds here. Let's see if Jesuit opts to hold for last shot. Up by 4, pretty comfortable lead for the Crusaders.
Daskalos with a feed inside and a save by Marley Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know why Hunter was so quick to get that ball out. Strike giving it everything she has right now.
check across the body against strike, but Grant able to transition the ball. There's 3 seconds left. Can she shoot it? She does, but it is saved.
Yeah, I think she needed another 2 seconds or so just to get a little closer, but
good attempt at Grant. Great hustle play there.
Yeah, Grant showing their grit, really, just showing their tenacity. They could have kind of folded, but really able to come back and show everyone why they got here in the first place with their effort, with their intensity, with their ride. But Jesuit still with a 4-goal lead, so going into the half, I think, you know, Coach Blumhardt is feeling pretty good.
All right, there is an awards presentation for us going on for all league honors. So if you want to tune into that during halftime, feel free. I'm Britt Hartmann with Pacific University.
And I'm Sean Hansen with the University of Redlands.
We'll be back after the break. See you in about 9 minutes.
We're here to celebrate our 2025 OGLA State League champions. From the Central Oregon Division, Summit High School. Representing Metro, they're also in this game tonight, is Jesuit, and accepting the award is Nikki Lauterbach. From the Northwest League, we have Tualatin High School. Accepting the award is the head coach, Lois Ray. From the Portland League, also representing tonight's game, Grant High School. Accepting the award is the lacrosse board president, David Bilek. Unfortunately, our South League representative from Marist Catholic High School in Eugene couldn't attend, but congratulations to Marist High School. The Three Rivers champions, Lake Oswego. Although the players are not here to accept the prize, we thank them for their play this year. In the Willamette Valley, we have South Salem, and accepting the award is the assistant coach, Jessica Grimmer. Let's give a big round of applause for all of our league champions.
All right, welcome back, Oregon lacrosse fans, to our state championship matchup between the #1 Jesuit Crusaders and #2 Grant Generals. If you're enjoying the broadcast, we would love a donation to OGLA, help support the community. Any proceeds that we would gain from this go back to the community to help support what we're trying to do in terms of growing the game in Oregon. Once again, I'm Britt Hartmann.
And I'm Sean Hansen.
Sean, what are you looking forward to this half?
I'm hoping we get a great half of girls lacrosse here. I do think Jesuit needs to find a way to win a few more draw controls. They really struggled in the first half. If they want to get back into this thing, possession is going to be key.
At the draw control, we have #7, Gigi Abernathy, and #2, Isla Hoffelt. Draw control goes to #5, Kate Ratner-Pruska.
Oh, and a hot pass coming off Kate's stick there to Collins, and just a little bit too hot to handle. Unfortunate miscue for the Generals.
Jesuit running the deputy again. #11, Quinny Hanley with that deputy pickup.
Yeah, Jesuit using their speed here to just opt to run the ball up the field. Good passing there.
Ball up to Izzy Tamerlano.
Good lane. Oh, Tamerlano, unselfish. She had a great lane on that right side.
Errant pass picked up by Georgia Daskalos below GLE. Ball up to Izzy Tamerlano. Out wide with Kate Gabrielson. Back down to Meg Flanagan. Ball behind with Meg Flanagan.
Flanagan drew 3 there. Gabrielson with the shot, but just right into the stick of Hunter.
Grant opting to run the deputy as well. That's Kate Ratner-Proska picking up the ball. Showing her speed here. Moves it up to Marina Strike.
Love to see a pop out from OGLA or Collins here. Yeah, move the ball.
Ball up to Anna Sherlock. Sherlock opts to slow it down a little bit. Moves it to Olive Aguirre.
And Grant really needs to get a good look on Cage here. Had a few opportunities dwindled away. A lot of space here.
Zawadzki with a 1v1 drive. And a big save by number 16, Evie Hester. Jesuit swapping their goalies again.
Yeah, nice lefty take, though, from the first year for Grant.
Zawadzki with the ball up top. Moves it to Olive Aguirre. Olive Aguirre opts to drive, but a quick check in by Quinny Hanley, but it doesn't matter. Olive Aguirre able to finish off stick high.
Yeah, she did a nice job protecting her stick there as she went in, kind of dipping it down. And then as she got to the goal circle, rising back up and just shooting around Hester. Tough one for her to save there.
Brings us within 3. That is Jesuit 8, Grant 5.
And it all started with the draw.
Number 7, Gigi Abernathy for Jesuit, and looks like number 2, Isla Hoffelt for Grant. We'll see if Grant can keep coming up with the draw control. Ball goes straight up. Unable to come up with it. Kate Gabrielson picks it up and gets quickly fouled. Fans are unhappy about that call, but definitely an across the body call there. Gigi Abernathy driving. Passes off to Hanley. Hanley drives into 2 defenders. Officials opt for a no call there. Marley Hunter tries to clear it, and it is knocked down by Quinny Hanley.
Yeah,
tipped off of Jesuit.
Great effort there from Hanley to just win the ball back quickly, using her height. Hunter's going to have to work for these clears, as is all of the Grant team. Jesuit's not just going to let them pass it up the field.
Lucy Caprano's moving out wide for a bounce pass up to number 18, Lucas Seed. Wide pass to Anna Sherlock. Sherlock trying to run it down, able to get there before it goes out of bounds.
Yeah,
Moves
this
it
has
to
been
Olive.
Grant's issue right now, is just their passing. Their stick work is so good, so tight, but right now they're just playing a little bit flustered. You know, even that one right there, a little bit of a flip pass, just miscue, unusual for them.
Ratner-Proska with a big drive and a dump pass. Looks like we have an across-the-body foul. That foul happened between the 8 and the 12, so Ratner-Proska will get the ball at the top of the 12 and clear that lane for shooting space.
Yeah, right now the 2v1 is on the backside there. Looks like Aguila and Strike can split number 8.
Big check through the sphere. That is called against number 9, Taylor Young.
I would like to see Ratner-Proska here swing the ball quickly, find that 2v1. Her teammates got to show for her, though.
Pop out to be an option.
Strike was open for
Tries
quite
to go
a
for the
while.
redrive, able to drive through 4 defenders. That is Kate Ratner-Proska with a lefty finish.
Yeah, there's a reason she's the Portland League Player of the Year. She has got those fast feet. Even when you think you've shut her down, she's able to move her feet and continue to work the ball. Jesuit's going to talk it over here.
That is Kate Ratnapraska's first goal of the night. Puts us at Jesuit 8, Grant 6. Great drive and redrive there by number 5. If I'm Jesuit, I'm looking to stop those 1v1 drives by getting a body in front. It seems like they were on their back foot there, chasing a bit as Ratnapraska was driving in. What are your thoughts, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, I talked a little bit with head coach Lauren Lakey over at Jesuit, you know, and she's like, you can't stop Kate, right? Like, it's impossible to just completely shut her down. First goal of the game, as you mentioned. So how do you absorb that? How do you slow her? You know, lacrosse is a game of runs. So right now, Grant has a little bit of momentum. Jesuit just opting to slow themselves down, take a little bit of a break, and refocus here. Meanwhile, Grant's riding their high.
Yeah, I think Jesuit's trying to slow down that momentum here by calling this timeout and trying to talk things over. We'll see if that breather's good for Grant or if it does slow down that momentum.
Yeah, Abernathy's been so clutch on the draw tonight, though. Grant's going to have to come up with a way to keep winning it, keep giving themselves possession, keep giving themselves opportunities on attack.
Grant comes out of that timeout early, ready to go. We have number 2, Isla Hoffelt, back at the center circle here, and Gigi Abernathy for Jesuit.
You think halfway through this quarter, you know, Grant's had a lot more possession than they did in the second.
Abernathy able to come up with that draw control, showing her speed, but Ratnapraska able to run her down. Ball down with Meg Flanagan. Out wide to Daskalos. Jesuit being very patient here. Ball with Hanley. Double pick on ball here. What a finish by number 11, Quinny Hanley. Had a double pick on ball there that cleared out and gave her a lane to drive.
Yeah, they just really cleared space for her, allowed her to do what she does, which is a great drive and a really hard shot.
Great finish there by Jesuit.
Taking on the sophomore Hoffelt. Gonna have to send that slide early.
Absolutely. Back at the draw again, we have number 2, Isla Hoffelt, and number 7, Gigi Abernathy. Current score 9-6. A little bit of friendly fire there, but Ratnapraska able to come up with the ground ball anyway. Moves it up quickly to Marina Strike. Georgia Daskalos is trying to hunt
cooking
it down.
right now. Ooh.
We had an across-the-body foul. Officials thought it affected the shot. Therefore, we will get a free position for Marina Strike.
Yeah, she was just coming with a head of steam. Good effort there from the Jesuit defense to try to shut that down.
Gives her the second inside hash. Phenomenal finish there by number 8, Marina Strike.
Neither team going away easily, that is for sure. Strike just placing it in a corner. Great shooting from both teams tonight.
That puts us at Jesuit 9, Grant 7. Could be anyone's game.
Ratnapraska on the last draw, just using her speed, pick it up off the turf. It's kind of been a little bit more of a mumble jumbo in this second half than just Abernathy to herself. Looks like she opted to switch up her draw.
Isla Hoffel able to get a step on her. Ball goes over. Ooh. That is Milo Zawatsky getting fouled there on the sideline.
Yeah, good effort from Abernathy, but just right as she went in for that check, Zawatsky was switching hands and it just went right towards her face.
Officials opt to stop the clock there since the ball went so far away, so it'll be a whistle start for Zawatsky.
Putting Handley behind even though it was Abernathy's foul.
Sometimes when you're reffing, it's the closest person. It's hard to tell. Big stop there by Jesuit. I think Marina Strike ran herself out of real estate there, but Jesuit able to pick up that, cause turnover and ground ball, moves it up to Hazel Mackey. A lot of pressure coming from Grant. Hazel Mackey able to handle it. Moves it to Meg Flanagan.
Yeah, and such great stick work here by the Jesuit Crusaders, showing off their ability to dodge and protect their stick. Lots of slides coming. Jesuit just needs to move the ball quickly on that backside. Oh, and a 2v1.
Great crash there by Grant. Daskalos opts to drive the 1v1, trying to draw two.
Just drawn three.
Nobody moved.
Tough foul there, tough defense.
Officials signaled for a horizontal stick there. That's
and this is kind of what happened to Grant. They started to get worn down, a little bit tired, and then started to foul, put Jesuit on the 8-meter. Abernathy on the backside looks like she might get an edge, and she has such great stick work.
Good cut inside, opts to pass it to Hazel Mackey, and she isn't able to recover it. That is number
9 there, Agia.
Big swing from Georgia Daskalos.
I think Grant should opt to slow it down here. Try to go quick. Haven't been successful.
Might not use the best option. A little bit of a ball stuck in her stick is number 5, Ratnapraska.
Charge from the trail.
We have a charge from the trail and a push from the front, so it'll most likely be an alternate possession. From my vision up here, it looks like it'll be Jesuit's ball.
Yeah, AP, first AP is gonna go to Jesuit. Grant fans don't love it, but
the alternate possession for the defensive side usually goes to the top of the 8. It could be anyone's ball, so Hester opts to pop it to Abernathy.
Abernathy just using her speed right now.
All up with Tamerlano. Tamerlano able to pick up that ground ball there quickly. Back to Hazel Mackey. Jesuit slowing it down here.
Daskalos, the lefty, feeds inside.
Quick feed inside to number 7, Gigi Abernathy. Assist by Georgia Daskalos.
Yeah, and she did a good job just acting like she was ready to dodge in triple threat position, and then Abernathy just able to cut hard off the backside. Really wide open. Her defender completely lost her. Great cut from Abernathy and a great finish. Abernathy really having a great game tonight.
Very dynamic attacker, able to sneak off ball there when her defenders were caught watching. Gigi Abernathy and Isla Hoffeld on the draw. Current score is 10-7, Jesuit over Grant. Attempted a self-draw again. It's knocked down by Hoffelt towards Ratnapraska. Ratnapraska able to pick up that ground ball. Across the body foul called. Moves it to Marina Strike. Quick feed inside to number 2, Isla Hoffelt, and it is a finish. Beautiful ball movement there.
Yeah, Hoffelt did a great job not rushing that shot. She caught it inside, knew where she was, moved herself around to get a better righty angle and was able to finish.
Tough as a goalie as you're moving across the face of the goal there to shoot on the opposite side that you just came from. Very smart shooting decision by Isla Hoffelt. That is her first goal of the night.
Yeah, Hoffelt just a sophomore, but did get first team Portland League, showing why.
Brings Grant within 2. We'll see if Grant can come up with this draw control here. We have an early entry called against Grant. It is going to be Jesuit's ball.
What is early entry there, Britt?
If you see that circle around the middle there, that if you can't touch the line with your feet or your toes before the whistle goes. So even if you're barely touching it, the line is hot, you are not able to enter in that space.
Unlucky break for Grant. Good opportunity for Jesuit here to slow it down again. 2-goal lead for them.
Tamerlano looks to drive, pulls back out, moves it to Daskalos.
Daskalos has had a pretty good feeding night tonight. Slide came on the backside. Gabrielson was wide open.
Opts to pass it to Abernathy. Abernathy moves it to Hanley. High pressure defense there from number 5, Kate Ratnapraska. Officials call a trip. Looks like it was below GLE, so that ball will go to the dot. Ratnapraska will go behind. Jesuit opting to slow it down here. Ball down with Meg Flanagan.
Yeah, Flanagan loves to roll from down there, drive hard.
Huge stop there by Lucy Capranos, number 1 for Grant.
Yeah, great defender.
Ratnapraska with high pressure defense against Hanley. Feed inside to number 1, Hazel Mackey, and it is saved by Marley Hunter. Great ground ball pickup there. I believe that's number 2, Isla Hoffelt.
Yeah, Hunter able to make the save, but there is nothing worse when the attackers get the ball again and shoot it right back at you. So great ground ball by Strike, showing off her tracking and wheels.
Marina Strike goes through X, passes it to Sherlag. High pressure there from Comstock. Grant able to come up with it. Strike fouled through the sphere there. We're in under 1 minute of this quarter, therefore any fouls inside the critical scoring area stops that clock there. Gives Grant time to set up this free position on the first inside hash.
Yeah, we'll see if she uses her speed here again. She's been able to get right on that goal circle.
Strike drives straight through, and it is saved by Evie Hester. I think we had a goal circle violation. Once again, the line is hot for the goal circle as well. Your toes and body cannot enter there. Your stick can follow through, but your feet cannot, unfortunately.
50 seconds here, and Jesuit has a player open right in the midfield. Strike now coming back to find her.
Tight pressure for Grant here, not allowing an easy pass in the ride.
And they've just popped off Agua.
We had an off-ball block here called against Jesuit. It's going to be Grant's ball. Ball's going to move to this near side of the field here. It'll be a whistle start since the officials opted to stop the clock here. Somebody has to take the foul. Looks like that block was called against Tamerlano. Grant with 24 seconds to make something happen here. Ball at X with McKinley Bialik.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to work Ratnapraska.
Ball on the
get
ground
her
there.
Loose off a
check through the sphere. That
her
is
loose off a pick, but
any foul inside the CSA, even on the defensive end, has to be a whistle start. So officials moving players 4 meters away, trying to stop this fast break. Oh. What a caused turnover by number 6, McKinley Bialik, and a quick pass into Marina Strike. Passes it down, attempts to get it to Olive Aguirre, but it is intercepted by number 2, Taylor Stalick, and that is the end of the third quarter.
And Bialik not with a ton of minutes tonight, showing a little bit of grit there, working to get that ball back.
Great interception there. Jesuit 10, Grant 8. Buckle up for a wild fourth quarter. Once again, fans, if you're enjoying this broadcast, if you want to, quote, buy a ticket and support OGLA, feel free to scan our Venmo here and send us the ticket money there. It'll help out OGLA. It goes back to the community. Any proceeds that happen in our lovely nonprofit will go back into that community, hosting clinics or potentially grant funding, etc. Help with this production.
Really slow, folks. Here it is again. 5, 5, 1, 9, 4, 3, 6.
We got some raffle tickets going.
Someone's a winner.
Lucky winner gets to meet at the snack shack.
2-goal game, but Jesuit has been in the lead the entire time, has been able to take control of this game from the first whistle. Britt, if you're Grant, what do you have to do to get back in this?
To get back in this, you got to win the draw. And I think the only way to do that is to get the ball to the ground. Gigi Abernathy is too phenomenal at that self-draw in the middle of the circle, so it's really important to be able to get the ball to the ground and use Grant's speed and athleticism to be able to come up with that ground ball. So hopefully we'll see if they're
Who do you like from Grant taking the draw at this point?
At this point, the majority of their opportunities have been from number 2, Isla Hoffelt. She's able to get there, and she's not attempting to snag the self-draw, if you'll notice. She's attempting to kind of swat it towards number 5, Kate Radnaproska. I think keeping number 2 here has been effective, so we'll see what happens.
Jesuit finishing out the game with Lainey Knight. Evie Hester going to the side. 2 great goalies for this Jesuit program. Crowd's getting into it now. Just 12 minutes to go.
Final quarter here. We're starting the draw with number 7, Gigi Abernathy for Jesuit, and number 2, Isla Hoffelt for Grant. Can Grant make a comeback? Draw out to Kate Radnaproska. She's able to bring it down.
Just what you need if you're a Generals fan.
Ball out with Marina Strike near the elbow. Moves it to Olive Aguirre. Olive Aguirre tries to drive, but a big 1v1 stop there by Quinny Hanley.
I think that was Gabrielson on that defensive end.
Aguirre looking for options in the middle.
Yeah, they've sent lots of cuts through, lots of space on the right side though right now as those cutters come down.
Quick drive from Isla Hoffelt, but it is stopped by Gigi Abernathy. She passes it out, and unfortunately it is a turnover. It's going to be Jesuit ball. Kate Gabrielson bringing it in. Correction, Quinny Hanley bringing it in. Feed back to Knight. Moves it out to Claire Comstock. Right down the middle is Abernathy, wide open. Great one-handed check there by Marina Strike, showing amazing wrist strength.
Great check, but she doesn't really have the numbers to push it right now.
Draws a foul, decides to pull back out. We have an across-the-body call on the first inside hash.
Strike was successful from here, but also has had that goal circle violation off these 8 meters. See what she opts to do.
She's so explosive off the line. We'll see. She decides to pass it out to Anna Sherlock. Anna Sherlock shoots high, and it is saved and knocked down by Lainey Knight. Lainey Knight able to pick up that ground ball. Moves it up to Abernathy.
Yeah, and she just shot it right into her stick.
Great
Knight
hustle
didn't need to do much.
Great save there by Knight, but Grant trying to slow them down in the ride. Jesuit able to get out safely. High pressure there from Grant. That's number 18, Luca Suid. Dasklos able to show her skill and keep possession there. Izzy Tamerlano with a drive. Dishes it out to Dasklos.
Jesuit really slowing it down right now. Clock is their friend. Had the lead this whole game.
Ball with Quinny Hanley at the elbow.
Clear out from Abernathy.
Great stop there by Grant. Quick feed inside to number 1, Hazel Mackey. We had a held flag, but she opted to take the shot anyway. Ball goes behind. Meg Flanagan there for the big pickup. Dumps it to Hanley.
And Jesuit really has gotten more second chance opportunities tonight, both on their own backup and on causing some chaos on Grant's clears.
Jesuit really slowing it down. In no hurry here. Wants to make the most of their opportunities. Dasklos looks to drive lefty. And a big check and a through the sphere call against number 2, Isla Hoffelt.
Yeah, slide was just a little bit late there from Grant. They really opened it up for Dasklos to take that left side. She's rewarded with the middle hash here.
Number 1, Lucy Capranos, I think looking for a charge call there, but Dasklos opts to pull it back out.
Oof, they had a 2v1 there with Hanley.
Still plenty of time here.
Running this 2-man game again. Kind of do a little fake pick through, open up that space.
She's able to slip inside and finish.
And I think Grant's got to start sending the early slide when they start to see that 2-man game develop with Hanley and Abernathy. That's happened now 3 or 4 times. They'll just kind of go on the side, and then Hanley's able to take it. She's been able to score a couple times now off that.
You'll see the held flag there by the official. There was a check through the sphere on that play, but it doesn't matter. That is Quinny Hanley's 5th goal of the night. That puts us at Jesuit 11, Grant 8. Jesuit opting to switch up their draw for the first time of the night. We have number 8, Kate Gabrielson versus number 2, Isla Hoffel.
Gabrielson directing Handley to go a little further over.
We have an illegal draw by Grant. Looks like we moved early. That's going to be Jesuit ball.
Couple of those now against Grant as well.
Gabrielson able to handle the pressure here. High pressure defense from number 2, Isla Hoffelt.
See if all the Grant players opt to push out a little bit more. About 7 minutes left in this last quarter.
Meg Flanagan wide open down in the middle there. Jesuit not taking any chances. Izzy Tamerlano with the ball, handling the pressure well. Moves it to Handley. Handley under high pressure from Ratner Preska. Decides to drive, and a shot and a finish by number 11, Quinny Handley. That is her 6th goal of the night. Grant opts to take their 2nd and final timeout. You'll see the high pressure there from number 5, Kate Ratner Preska. She opts to try to attempt for that back check, and unfortunately able to get body positioning was Hanley, and she drives with a full head of steam right down the middle.
Yeah, that's the risk you take when you decide to start pressing out, as well as having your adjacents pressing out. The slide's just not going to be there defensively. Hanley's, as we've seen tonight, a really great shooter. Just takes her space and places a hard shot. She's got a lot of power on her shot, so, you know, a lot for Hunter to handle. I believe Hunter's just a sophomore. Nope, Hunter's a senior. My bad. But, you know, Quinley's just got a deadly shot.
Absolutely. If you're Grant, I could see Coach McDevitt with some animated hands down there, probably trying to hype her team up. Really have to make high pressure defense and have that help slide come a little bit sooner. Not leave our high pressure defense out to dry. Sean, if you're Jesuit, what are you telling your team?
Clock is our friend. I think exactly what Hanley did is the way to go. Absorb the pressure, drive when you feel like it's on. If the slide ends up coming, pass it to your teammates as you've been doing all night. These second chance opportunities have really been Jesuits' friends. So even when they're letting one loose and it's going wide, they've been able to back it up. They've been able to sneak in some good passes. So I think if you're Jesuit, you're feeling pretty good.
Jesuit opts to keep Kate Gabrielson at the draw here versus number 2, Isla Hoffelt for Grant. Six minutes and 40 seconds left of this one. Ball goes straight up, and Gabrielson able to come up with that self-draw. Quick hands there. Moves it out to Abernathy.
Yeah, I think she could have gone there, but opted to just slow it down. They're getting really wide. Grant's starting to send a second. Only problem with that is they're not sealing the adjacent right now.
Quick pass inside to number 1, Hazel Mackey. Hazel Mackey able to catch number 7, Audrey Delade, in shooting space. It'll be at that first inside hash.
Time's ticking away right now. We'll see if she opts to take this or just pull it out and play catch. This could be a long stall if this is what Jesuit opts to do.
She does opt to move it out. Jesuit getting very wide with their passes. Very patient.
This is tough. This is the tough thing about no possession clock at the high school level. Able to just play pass for 6 minutes.
And if you have as good as stick skills as Jesuit, it's going to be really tough to get the ball from them, but almost comes up with that. Hanley decides to drive and catch number 7 in shooting space again.
Yeah, not sure I completely agree with that call. You do technically have to make a play on the ball, and I felt like number 7, Delate, was purposely getting out of the way and opted not to play that ball, but not the one in stripes.
Hanley opts to take it and shoots stick side hip and buries it in the back of the net. That is Quinny Hanley's 7th goal of the night.
And Hanley, as we mentioned earlier, such a powerful shot. Stick side mid on that one. Giving her team a very comfortable lead in this last 5 minutes here.
5-goal lead is not insurmountable. We did see Grant score a goal in approximately 8 seconds from their goal circle all the way up. So we will see what happens. It starts with a draw. Looks like we have number 11, Quinny Hanley, on the draw, question mark. Nope, it's number 8, Kate Gabrielson again. Ratner Proska able to get that body positioning and tries to wrangle it, but it goes out of bounds off of Grant's stick. Number 11, Quinny Hanley, to bring it on for Jesuit.
Effort play there, but unfortunately goes Jesuit's way. Jesuit, again, is probably just going to use their stick skills here. find the open passes. Abernathy wide open there.
We have a timeout called by Jesuit.
Possession timeout. They're just playing situational play at this point. 4.5 left to go. Just got the ball over their own restraining line. As we've seen, they can pass it around, and then when the space is there, they're looking to drive. Grant has really extended themselves at this point. They're trying to double, but they're leaving the adjacents open. It's just so easy for a team like Jesuit, who has great stick work, to just pass, pass, pass. They really need to adjust, I think, a little bit more and take away the next pass and force Jesuit into a skip pass and allow themselves to kind of move while the ball's in the air. Grant is very athletic as well, but they're not giving themselves really the best opportunity at this point.
We'll see what coaches have in store. With Jesuit calling that possession timeout, they're probably looking to stall for the remainder of this game, if not only drive when it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I think they'll probably just continue on the path they were on for the last 2 goals of taking their space when it's available and then pulling it out when they needed to. Neither one of the shots were really rushed. You know, Hanley's had a great night tonight with her 7 goals. You know, she's been really efficient when shooting. No need to rush anything if you're Jesuit. Grant does need to force the issue.
Looks like the ball was just over the restraining line. Correction, just before the restraining line. So Grant has an opportunity to potentially stop this before it crosses. Grant attackers setting up like it was a draw. Or sorry, Jesuit defenders setting up like it was a draw. Forgot that it was a timeout there. Abernathy surrounded by Grant defenders.
See, even on that one, they sent 3, and then they were just able to pass it over the top. If you're a Generals fan here,
it's a huge turnover here.
This is what you needed. You needed the ball. Now you got to pass the ball up and get it into your attacking end.
Brenda Proska with a wide open lane in the middle, able to drive. Jesuit with numbers up. Quick feed inside to Olive Aguirre. Olive Aguirre gets checked across the body.
Yeah, Aguirre is going to go to the 8-meter line here.
Looks like second inside hash for Aguirre.
Decent hash if you're a righty. You just need to cut off that lane a little bit, protect your stick. She did that well earlier today when she dipped inside.
Explosive speed here. Looks like she gets checked on the shot and it goes wide.
Yeah, Knight able to get a stick on that and recoup it with her defense. Grant's swarming, but Jesuit has options.
Hazel Mackey able to get out of pressure there and get the ball out to Abernathy. Abernathy trails to Gabrielson. Moves it up to Hanley. Grant not going down without a fight. High pressure contact there by number 8, Marina Strike. Looks like Grant ran offside there.
They're just wanting a whistle start off this one.
Number 2, Taylor Stalick under high pressure from Grant, able to get it out to number 3, Macy McDonald. Quick pass up to number 8, Kate Gabrielson, out wide to Daskalos. Jesuit finally able to get over the 30 to a bit more safety. High pressure.
Daskalos just running it out at this point.
Great check there by Ratnapraska. It's going to be Grant ball.
You know, when it's checked out of the stick like that, it's technically the attacker who had possession. Looks like they want her to back it up to where the ball originally went out of bounds, but time is, oh, nope, time was stopped now. 2 minutes, 17 seconds here.
Ryder Proska moves it to number 7, Audrey Delade.
Grant's going to have to get a quality look on Cage.
Missed pass there, unfortunate for Grant. Jesuit able to pick up that ground ball.
We're back to pass.
Jesuit handling this pressure quite well.
Yeah, I think they've been here before, know what it feels like, using a lot of their senior leadership right now with Abernathy, Handley, Daskalos. Also have a good mix of sophomores in the attacking end who've played well for them.
Huge check there, but a trip is called. You can hear the fans unhappy about that one.
Yeah, they got 3 girls surrounding. That does leave Gabrielson wide open.
Jesuit wide open, but opts to slow it down and keep that possession anyway. Quick feed inside to Abernathy. Abernathy runs out. Ball down with Meg Flanagan. Flanagan tries to pass it under pressure, but it is knocked down by Isla Hoffelt.
Not a ton of real estate down there.
Ball goes off of Isla Hoffelt's stick. Unfortunately, Jesuit ball. Great hustle there from Grant. Great composure there by Jesuit to get out of pressure. That's number 5, Meg Flanagan.
Jesuit showing why they got here, showing off their stick work, showing off their speed.
Able to handle this pressure very well. That's number 11, Quinny Handley, under a triple team. Moves it up to Abernathy. Abernathy driving with full speed, out of pressure, moves it to Gabrielson, back out wide.
A number of these girls are gonna go play at the collegiate level. A couple of the Grant players as well.
9 seconds left. Daskalos under high pressure, able to handle that foul there. And Jesuit wins the state championship yet again with a final score of 13-8.
Yeah, heartbreak for Grant. Worked so hard to get here and give themselves a chance. Knocked out Lake Oswego, who was here the last. More fingers and toes than I can probably count right now. Jubilation for Jesuit on the other side. Another state championship for them. The seniors going all out. Coach Lauren Lakey, Metro Coach of the Year. Great job to both teams to get here, but Jesuit just had the better night, honestly.
Absolutely. Moving the ball before the pressure came, handling that probably helps that they've been in this state championship many times before, so that pressure didn't hit them. They were calm, cool, collected the entire night. Total control. Well, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for the medal ceremony at the end of this, as well as all state announcements will be coming shortly, so feel free to hang out. And once again, I'm Britt Hartmann with Pacific University.
And I'm Sean Hansen with the University of Redlands. Thanks for joining us.
It's been real. We'll catch you next time.
please, fans, we love your enthusiasm for walking a long way. Please turn around. Please, fans, rest nicely. Thank you, fans, please. We'll give you plenty of time to bring your signs and your flowers and your gifts. Teams, can we have you head to midline, please? Opposite 45-yard line for the teams, please. Thank you, fans. If you can continue to move back into the stands, please, that'd be wonderful. Thank you. Welcome back, fans. We'd like to recognize our state championship runner-up with a beautiful game this evening, Grant Generals. And let's hear it for your state championship winner, Jesuit Crusaders. We want to thank again Lake Ridge High School for hosting tonight's event. We appreciate all you did. Presenting tonight's awards, we have the VP of High School Lacrosse, Laura DeLon, and our OGLA President, Cara Hale. We'd like to announce our championship MVP. Your MVP for the championship game, she's a senior from Jesuit, number 7, Gigi Hansen. Fans, stay put. We're going to announce our all-state team real shortly. We've got a second team and a first team, all-state. Both those teams will play against each other next week in Oregon City. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to announce our all-state teams. We'll start with the second team. We're going to start with the most important player on the field, your second team all-state goalie, Kat Ellett from Wilsonville. On defense, your second team all-state team, junior from OES, Jojo Kolos. Senior from Lake Oswego, Olivia O.J. Jordan. Junior from Jesuit, Taylor Young. Sophomore from Cleveland, Soraya Maria. At the midfield for second team all-state, we have from a sophomore from Grant, Hoffeld. From Westview, senior Elise from Beaverton, Ashley Henderson. Another senior from Lake Oswego, Parker Lem. Freshman from Hood River, Josie Fayborg. Sophomore from West Lynn, Piper Beal. Now your second team, All-State Attack. Senior from West Lynn, Brooklyn Shile. Junior from Lincoln, Catherine Warner-Frey. Sophomore from Jesuit, Hazel Mackey. And a senior out of Tualatin, Addison Dybel. Fans, these OGLA's All-State Awards and All-League Awards are voted on by all the coaches across the state. They've nominated and voted on all these winners. Let's give a big round of applause for our second team All-State. They'll be facing off against the first team All-State next week at the All-Star game in Oregon City. And now for your Oregon Girls Lacrosse Association High School First Team All-State. Again, starting with your goalie, senior from Westview, Annika Null. At the defense, we have a senior from West Lynn, Caitlin Unger. Sophomore from Central Catholic, Marion Lufaya. Senior from Jesuit, Taylor Snellick. Senior from Lake Oswego, Meredith Rubenstein. And now your OGLA first team All-State midfielders. Senior from OES, Ruby Maki. And another senior from OES, Ellie Johnson. From Grant, we have senior Marina Strike. From Jesuit, another senior, Quinny Henley. And from St. Mary's, a senior, Nora LeBlanc. Senior from Lake Oswego, Millie Prager. Senior from Jesuit, Gigi Abernathy. Now your first team All-State Attack. Junior from Westview, Avery Nelson. Senior from Lake Oswego, Barrett Doan. Sophomore from OES, Ruby Halpin. And senior from Grant, Kate Ratanaputa. Stay tuned, folks. We still have a couple more announcements. We've got the OGLA Player of the Year and Coach of the Year. Next week's All-Star game will be coached by our Coach of the Year and the Northwest College Coach of the Year. I'm going to say that's Britt, but we're not sure. No, Chris Duncan from Whitman will be that coach. And now, for your 2025 OGLA Coach of the Year, from Grand Helen McDevitt. And now for your 2025 OGLA Player of the Year, she's a senior from Grange, Kate Congratulations! Thank you everyone for coming out tonight to watch this wonderful game of lacrosse. We hope to see you all next week when the all-state teams battle it out in Oregon City. It's next week at 7 p.m. Oregon City High School.